Hi, so today I'm going to show you how to make hidden veggie marinara sauce. So this is a way to throw a few extra veggies into your pasta sauce without anyone knowing, and then I'm going to show you a completely easy way to make chicken and pasta with basically two of our power tools tonight. So the first I'm going to use is our deluxe cooking blender, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I'm going to add in a few things, so I know I'm going to just tuck it out of the way so you can see. So I've got a little bit of water. I've got some Italian seasoning. If you're not familiar, Pampered Chef has a whole line of pantry spices that are fantastic. I'm going to go a little heavy on the Italian seasoning because it's awesome. I've got here some peeled garlic, some carrots, and some salt. I'm going to show you what I did to peel up that garlic. So I took our bulb of garlic, oops, let me grab this tool here, and our pan scraper. This is awesome to just pry the separate cloves right off of the bulb. Put it in our garlic peeler, and it makes a little crunchy noise as it separates the skin from the clove. And if it doesn't work completely like that time, we put it back in and do it again. Oh, there we go. You can hear it doing a better job. So then what you end up with is the separate cloves and the skin right off of it. So I think I've got everything off of there. I'm going to toss that into my recipe. And then we, of course, want to add some green vegetables in. So I'm going to take our zucchini and I'm just going to cut it into chunks. I don't have to do it really small because the blender's going to do all the work. So I'm going to toss these in here. And then what I'm going to do, make sure I used up all my ingredients. Now there's no tomatoes yet, so you're wondering what is going on with that. Well, I'm going to actually put this on here and I'm going to turn it to the sauce setting. To the heated puree setting, actually. And we're going to let it get nice and hot. As it says here, 212, so it's going to get to boiling. It's going to boil down all those veggies. And then at one point it's going to tell me to add, and I'm going to add in my can of tomatoes. Now, if you're not familiar with our smooth edge can opener, you just literally put it right on the side of the can and start turning clockwise. It attaches to the can. It's cutting the side, not the top. What that allows is for a can that has totally smooth edges on the lid and on the can itself, so nobody's cutting themselves, no trash bags are getting sliced open, and most importantly, you can either hear that click or it gets easier, or you have to look at the picture to know you got it. Counterclockwise comes off, and the most important thing about using a smooth edge can opener is that the lid can't fall down into the can. Outside the can's dirty, no matter how much you clean them, so you want to not have your food inside come in contact. So this part's smooth, this part's smooth. So I'll put those in when the sauce says add. Now I'm not going to start this quite yet because I want to show you the pasta that I'm doing. And so for this I'm going to use our other power tool here, and this is our quick cooker. Move a few things out of the way. So our quick cooker is our electric pressure cooker. And this guy allows you to cook without heating up your oven or your house at all. It uses less electricity, less power than turning on your gas or electric stove or range. And so what we do here is we open it up. It's got a 6-quart pot. If you're not familiar with our quick cooker, you can do so many different things in here. You can proof bread, you can make dessert, you can do soups and stews and pot roasts and meatballs and hard-boiled eggs, and the list goes on and on. So for a pressure cooker to work, you have to have a good seal. We have a silicone seal in here. It does come out, and you take this part out in between each use and throw it in the dishwasher. And the stainless pot also can go in the dishwasher. Also, for it to come to pressure, we have to have the pressure button flat here. When we press this down, the steam comes out. It comes out a good hand distance away from where you're pressing, so you don't have to worry about getting burnt by the steam. And when this does come to pressure, this red icon will be lifted up and locked, so we won't be able to open it, so it's super safe. Now, this recipe is literally a box of pasta. So my kiddos picked bow ties today. Toss that in there. Then we've got a carton of broth, so you can do this vegetarian style if you prefer, but I am going to add meat into mine, so I'm using a chicken broth, and I'm just literally going to pour the whole carton in, because I want most of those noodles to be under the water so they get cooked. What happens with the broth is it absorbs into the pasta as it cooks, so it tastes extra delicious. Okay, let me just grab a spoon here. Alright, so I've got my pasta, and again, most of it is under the broth. And then I'm going to add my chicken right on top. So let me move that out of the way for a minute and show you what I'm going to do with my chicken. I'm going to use something called the frozen cut. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this tool, but it allows you to put your chicken in here. And these are spring loaded, so it allows you to butterfly your chicken, which is helpful because it cooks more evenly. So I'm going to do a couple pieces. I'm going to cover them with some garlic and herb seasoning and put it right on top of the pasta. Then what I'm going to do, and I can do this part now, is I'm going to turn this actually just to, I'm going to just press custom actually. So I'm going to do custom settings so I can decide what I want, and I only need 5 minutes. So I press time and I go down to 5 minutes here. And then when I get the chicken in there, I'll put the lid on, I'll hit start. It will take a few minutes to come to pressure. The neat thing about pressure cooking is depending on what's in there, I could have forgotten to defrost chicken and I could still make an incredible salsa chicken recipe with frozen chicken in here. It will just take longer to come to pressure because it's frozen. I could be already like searing and working in the bottom like it's a saute pan, and then it takes less time to come to pressure because the pot's already hot. So it will come to pressure when it's come to pressure 5 minutes, and my chicken will be done. I will take out my salad choppers and cut up the chicken on top. I'll have pasta, and then I'll have my sauce cooking here in my blender at the same time. So I will press 2 buttons, walk away, go help my kids with their activities after school, and then we'll come back and our dinner will be ready. So let me show you the closing cut because then my hands will be all covered in chicken, and I'll wrap up our video. So I'm going to take our chicken breast. So you know chicken breast tends to be thinner on one side and thicker on the other. So I leave the thin part hanging off because the goal of butterflying is to make it all one thickness so that it cooks more evenly. So by cutting right through the chicken breast, I go right all the way till I hit the plastic, then I end up with 2 thinner chicken breasts. If you are currently paying for thin sliced chicken breast, or chicken cutlets they call it sometimes, you're paying for someone to do this job. Okay, it's very simple, especially if you have a tool that makes it very easy. And what I do is when chicken's on sale, I'll buy a family pack like this one, and I'll just cut them all in half, and I'll put half in the freezer, and I'll use half for a recipe, and it just makes it quick and easy. Like, this is huge, right, compared to those other ones, so I want it to cook more evenly, so I'm going to just slide right through. Now, the closing cut you can get by itself if you have a nice long chef's knife, or you can get it as a combo with our color-coded chef's knife. So just an option for you, whichever way you'd like it. So I'm going to sprinkle, like I said, a little garlic rub on here, toss it in there, and hit start, and that's going to be dinner tonight. So we're able to add in, obviously, a few little sneaky veggies in our marinara sauce. It's always good to get extra veggies in there, and a quick Italian dinner just like that.